Is it possible to be emotionally neglected in your relationship? Well, of course it is. Of course it is. And the impact is unbelievable. Hello, I'm Dr. David Hawkins, director of the Marriage Recovery Center and the Emotional Abuse Institute. And I want to talk to you about emotional neglect, another unspoken form of emotional abuse. That's right. Emotional abuse evidenced by emotional neglect. Neglect. Now, you're going to want to click that subscribe button. You're going to want to share this video with others. I want to give you 5 points that I want you to really think about when it comes to the issue of neglect. Now, by the way, let me give you a definition of neglect. Neglect is when you don't receive the kind of attention, affection, love, and care that you would normally expect in this relationship. Now, we think about neglect with children, and we wouldn't imagine intentionally neglecting them, not giving them the care, the love, and attention that they deserve. And yet, if you're in an emotionally abusive relationship, it is quite likely that you're experiencing one or more of these 5 different aspects of emotional neglect. All right, number 1, having one's feelings ignored repeatedly, neglected, dismissed. That's right, your feelings. The feelings, you might share them in a way. You may talk about feeling hurt. You may talk about feeling irritated. You may talk about feeling frustrated. And if you are in a healthy relationship, your partner listens to those feelings. They care about those feelings. They give attention to those feelings because those feelings signify something troubling, much like a physical symptom. If you were to neglect your own physical symptoms, you would get sicker, wouldn't you? Of course you would. And if you were with someone and they neglected your physical symptoms, that would add to the trauma. Well, such is the case with emotional neglect. Neglect. Point number 2. Being held to unreasonable standards, being told that you need to do this, you need to do that. And again, let's talk about children. If you were to demand unreasonable expectations from them, that would create an unhealthy environment where they could not prosper. They couldn't grow in a healthy way, could they? Well, the same is true in an adult relationship. In an emotionally abusive relationship, the expectations are high, the demands are high, the standards are high, the control is high, the criticism is high, and it creates a neglectful environment where you can't grow and you can't prosper. Point number 3, another aspect of emotional neglect is being refused attention, affection, validation. I did another video on this. One of the hallmarks of emotional abuse is the lack of validation. Now think about the importance of validation again to a prospering, growing relationship. In a healthy relationship, I know that my concerns will be addressed. I know that my feelings will be attended to. I know that I will be cared for. I can grow, I can prosper, I can give my attention to other things because I feel safe and cared for. Oh, but not so in an emotionally abusive relationship that has all the hallmarks of emotional neglect. Neglect, 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 not receiving the care and attention, love and affection one deserves in this kind of relationship. All right, point number 4. Your requests, your bids for attention, they're ignored. Perhaps important dates are ignored. Perhaps certain requests, certain agreements are not kept. And there is, in a sense, emotional chaos. And you learn that you can't count on this individual. And again, folks, remember, a healthy relationship is built upon this kind of structure, knowing I can count on you. I can count on you. Boy, if you're taking notes, write that down. A healthy relationship consists of I can count on you. Not so in an emotionally neglectful environment. I can't count on you. I can't count on you. And point number 5, there's a lack of genuine caring. Now, we know in a relationship that is healthy, there's a smile when the other one smiles. There's connection. There's a lifeblood that flows back and forth. Hey, how are you? Hey, I'm fine. How are you? How was your day? I talk to you. You talk to me. There's genuine caring. We feel it. We know it. We know that our mate cares about us and is in tune or attuned with us. All right. In a neglectful environment, caring, we feel uncared for. All right. Again, this is an unspoken, I don't hear this talked about. I'm going to do some more videos on this topic of emotional neglect. So if this resonates with you, I'd like to hear from you. I want you to give me your comments, give me your impressions. What do you think about this? Do you think it's a thing? I think it's a thing. Emotional neglect, another unspoken form of emotional abuse, where our feelings are disregarded, there's a lack of genuine caring, where there's a lack of attention to the concerns that we bring to this person. We're refused attention and validation, warmth, and you can see that the impact of this is a withering of the spirit. And as with all of these issues, folks, we've got to own that this is occurring. We've got to name it, we've got to identify it, and then we've got to intervene upon it. All right, I hope this has been helpful. Again, click subscribe, share your comments with me, and if we can be of further help to you, contact our client care team, and we will get an appointment set up with you and help you on the path of healing. All right, as always, take care and God bless.